Are you ready for takeoff? Strap in because we're counting down the top 10 airborne action movies you need to watch in 2025. From high-altitude heists to sky-high battles, we have scoured Netflix, Prime Video, HBO Max, and Apple TV to bring you the most explosive action right at your fingertips. Number 10. Flight Plan 2005. Flight Plan is a 2005 mystery psychological thriller film directed by Robert Schwenke from a screenplay written by Peter A. Dowling and Billy Ray. Kyle is an American engineer who lives and works in Berlin. When her husband passes away, Kyle and her young daughter Julia board a plane to take his body back to the United States. Shortly after taking off, Julia goes missing. But none of the passengers or crew recall ever seeing her board the plane. Performances from Jodie Foster and Peter Sarsgaard also elevate Flight Plan to another level. That level may not necessarily be particularly high, but as far as limited location action thrillers go, viewers could do a lot worse. Number 9. Die Hard 2 1990. Die Hard 2 1990 is considered a strong action thriller, though it doesn't quite reach the iconic status of the original. The film offers intense action sequences, with the fight on the plane wing being a standout moment. While not as groundbreaking as its predecessor, it is a well-executed and exciting sequel, maintaining a high level of intensity and entertainment within the action genre. Die Hard may second not be treated as a cult classic like the original movie, but it is still a very intense action thriller, slightly more intense than the first one. Bruce Willis's wry charm and magnetic screen presence are still very much in play, and hugely contribute to the sequel's success. Number 8. Non-Stop 2014. Non-Stop is a 2014 action thriller film directed by John Colicera, co-produced by Joel Silver, and starring Liam Neeson and Julianne Moore. Liam Neeson is a former NYPD cop and current U.S. Air Marshal. While taking a flight from New York City to London, Bill starts receiving text messages that threaten flight passengers unless a large ransom is paid. While many of Liam Neeson's post-Taken action efforts have been middling at best, there are a few fun gems among them. Non-Stop is one such gem. Neeson and the cast, which also includes Julianne Moore and Michelle Dockery, still bring their A-game. The look of the film is sleek and confident, and the set pieces are entertaining. Number 7. Air Force One 1997. United States President James Marshall is visiting Moscow on a diplomatic visit. While there, the topic of discussion is a recently captured neo-Soviet terrorist leader. As the president returns to the United States with his family, his plane is hijacked by a group of loyalists who demand the release of their leader. An American president, a made-up terror group, and a lot of action hijinks are a perfect recipe for a fun action movie, and Air Force One is just that. A time when a movie was just looking to succeed on its own merits, and didn't need to break $100 million at the opening weekend box office to be considered a success. Number 6. Shadow in the Cloud 2020. The movie is described as having inventive visuals and outlandish stunts. This movie is fun and entertaining. And that's all what action movies need to be. Over-the-top, silly, impossible happenings throughout the film. The hook of Shadow in the Cloud will be the make-or-break factor for viewers who haven't seen the film before. But those who can suspend their disbelief will be in for a weird and surprising high-altitude action experience. Shadow in the Cloud manages to juggle quite a lot in its modest 83 minutes. Shadow in the Cloud gets bang for its buck and delivers on all the beats it sets up. Number 5. Con Air 1997. The film is often described as an adrenaline-fueled experience with a simple story. The movie is essentially a series of quick steps, brisk dialogue, and elaborate action sequences. Poe will serve his parole in Alabama, and to get him there, he's placed on a flight of high-risk inmates who are being transported to a supermax prison. Among them are professional criminal, terrorist, and serial rapist. As soon as the flight takes off, the convicts attempt to take over the plane. The who's who of 90s cinema all came together to make a film so ridiculous that it actually does a 180 and becomes amazing instead. Number 4. Red Eye 2005. Red Eye is a taut, nifty thriller with a very 90s feel, utilizing familiar movie conventions to good effect, and taking full advantage of air flight. Lisa, a girl on her flight to Miami, befriends Jackson, who turns out to be a terrorist. Holding her hostage, he forces her to help him assassinate the United States Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Red Eye could have been a clunky, straight-to-DVD action thriller, But instead, the 2005 film is an enthralling hidden gem thanks to the skill of director Wes Craven and his amazing cast. Number 3. Carry On 2024. If you're seeking a film that delivers pure action and thrills without overemphasis on realism, this movie is a perfect choice. Carry On proves itself to be more than a mid-level thriller with exceptional performances from its two leads and consistent work from John Colicera. Films about unique hostage situations have become more difficult to execute. As technology advances, audiences are quick to say, why wouldn't he call 911? Why wouldn't she send a text for help when no one's looking? Carry On has heard all these questions, and answers them with a tight and fun story that finds its tension without having to stretch credulity. Number 2. Plane 2023. Not only is Plane the ultimate dad movie, it's also a top-tier action film and one of Gerard Butler's best. Splitting its runtime with 50% air disaster and 50% guerrilla warfare, the 2023 film has something for every action lover. While the film's title leaves a lot to be desired, hesitant viewers shouldn't judge a book by its cover. The realistic fight scenes, political subplots, and buddying up of Butler and Coulter are just a few of Plane's best features. Pilot Brody Torrance saves passengers from a lightning strike by making a risky landing on a war-torn island only to find that surviving the landing was just the beginning. Gerard Butler's performance is highlighted as comfortably entertaining, and the film's storyline is noted as simple yet effective. Overall, Plane seems to be a serviceable and engaging action film. Number 1. Top Gun: Maverick 2022. Top Gun: Maverick are overwhelmingly positive, with critics highlighting its exhilarating aerial sequences, nostalgic elements, and strong performances by Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer. The film is described as a near-perfect blockbuster that delivers on action, emotional depth, and an engaging story, making it a must-see for audiences. Action filmmaking doesn't get much more intense than Top Gun: Maverick. Packed wall-to-wall with spectacular, legible mid-air dogfights and dominated by charismatic performances, the 2022 film is the definition of a crowd-pleaser. Tom Cruise may not work as a director on his films, but his influence is felt in them all, especially Top Gun: Maverick. Cruise is a passionate advocate for practical effects, ambitious stunt work, and preserving the theatrical experience.